Hi, I'm Graeme. I'm one of the railway volunteers, and we've just finished a walk between St John's and Peel, celebrating the 150th anniversary of the opening of the line between Douglas and Peel.
Tell us a little about it, because obviously this the up in House Manannan, and they've got this exhibition just detailing, that's the picture shows Douglas and Peel United. It was the opening of the railway on the island.
Yeah, so the railway opened 1st of July 1873, so 150 years ago. The exhibition here at the House of Manannan is actually in the station building at Peel. What we now have in the House of Manannan is reused the station building on the goods shed to make a nice new exhibition space. If we go back 150 years ago, we have to remember the only way between Douglas and Peel would have been by horse and carriage. It would have been a sort of 2 or 3 hour journey. The railways came, they had a massive impact on the demographics of the Isle of Man and the way people worked. The banner on the front of Sutherland on the first train, Douglas and Peel United. I mean, I know it sounds a bit like a football club these days, but it was uniting the two towns and enabling people to travel between them in a way they couldn't do before.
Now, obviously the railway's a lot smaller now than it was, but it's survived through the Douglas to Port Erin line. But obviously they just had the 150th anniversary, were you surprised at there's still the level of interest that it's maintained both on and off island?
I don't think I am surprised. I think as people, I suppose as we have progress, people are still looking back at things that were. The Isle of Man has a rich heritage which brings people across to visit it, and obviously locals as well, travelling on it. Yeah, I mean, the Port Erin line is itself 149 years old, and Lock, which is out there running, was built for that, so it is still 149. We've got a loco running 149 years after it was built, doing exactly what it was built for. And I think that's one of the unique things about the Isle of Man railways, that they're not preserved railways in that sense. They are original railways running original stock on original routes. If we look at the electric railway as well, you've got tramcars 1 and 2, 130 years old, still running on those lines. So I think the level of interest from people to come across and see it is only increasing. I mean, some people come specifically for the railways, for others it's just part of the package of the island alongside the other heritage sites. There's one of the UK tour companies, Great Rail Journeys. We discuss, we take them into the museum. We've got 2 groups of them from about 20 people every week through the summer. That's 40 people they're bringing every week, and we're talking to them. They're only coming because of the railway. So that level of interest is certainly there, and I think if we can promote it, we can get it even bigger.
Well, like you say, that's 40 people, that's 40 hotel rooms, that's 40 dinners, that's 40 lunches, that's 40 train tickets. That is still, in one sense, the changing nature of, as you said during the walk today, the railways, we look at them now as tourism. They weren't tourism, they were working parts of industry. In a way, they still are, it's just a different industry.
You're right. I mean, Port Erin and the tourist industry is completely intertwined with the railway. Before the coming of the railway, there wasn't a tourist trade in that sense. Now, we're never going to get back to the sort of Victorian periods where you see the hordes coming in off the steam packets and sort of 10-coach trains full of people with baggage cars taking everyone down to Port Erin. But what we are seeing a lot more of is it's a much longer season. So we've now got a season that runs from March to October. People who come across for their second holiday, people who may be coming across for a long weekend in the shoulder of the season. So I think there's still a lot happening in terms of people coming across. I mean, you're right. I mean, the railways at the beginning were carrying freight and all sorts of things, livestock and that. We're unlikely ever to go back to that because frankly, why would you put something into a van to put onto a train, to take off the train into another van? It's not going to work on an island our size. But it did. The railways at their height had about 200 different freight wagons of different sorts. One of my favourites of pictures I've seen is a television being delivered to Ramsey by steam train. And it kind of just feels wrong, but that's how you had to take things around because there was no other way of doing it.
Just finally, obviously, we're here because it's the 150th year. There was the big celebrations last week. There's still things going on all through the summer and into the autumn with the MER as well, and into next year we'll have celebrations to Port Erin. What's been your favourite event so far this year?
So far this year, I think the actual 150th, when we had the 4 engines and steam lined up in Douglas Station, a lot of people around, and then the double head with Lock and Caledonia down to Port Erin. I think that was a wonderful morning, and it was just so, as we got into Port Erin and just seeing the platform full of people, it was absolutely wonderful.
Well, like I say, you've brought us from St John's out to Peel, and thank you for your time, and thank you for this. It's been a really interesting day.
Thank you. Thanks.